Good morning, family. It's Thursday, January the 8th, and if you're new here, I am Donna, and I'm glad you are here. But let's get one thing straight. I don't serve baby food. I don't give out milk. You can get that on other channels where they want to sell you a $50 secret sauce. I am here to give you the meat, the stuff that stays with you. I am a wife of 34 years. I can't tell a man how to be a man because I ain't never been one. But I can tell a wife how to be a wife. I can tell you how to keep your house in rhythm when the world is trying to tear it down. We move in forward motion. And today we're talking about your advantage. Sisters, look at me. You've been crying. You've been calling your friends, complaining about what he ain't doing. But I want you to look at the front door. Did he walk through it last night? Did he lay his head on the pillow next to you? Then listen to me. You have the advantage. The world is full of distractions, but he chose your house. He chose your face. He chose your cooking. So why are you throwing your power away? Most of y'all treat your husbands like he is a criminal. He walks in and you start with the cross-examination. Where you been? Why you look like that? Who was you with? Why was you with them? Who else was there? How long did they stay? Was there any women there? Who were they with? How old were they? Were y'all drinking? What were you drinking? How come I wasn't invited? Why are you so late? Who's calling your phone? And the reason I know you're doing this, because, girl, I was doing the same thing 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. When we first got cell phones, I was going through his messages. I was looking at his contacts. I was calling people up. Yes, so I know what my sisters are doing. But then one day I realized I had the power. And most of all, I needed a peace of mind myself. So I chose my peace over all of that other stuff that I was doing. So I'm telling you today, if you're doing that, if any of this hit home for you, stop it. You are the wife, not a prosecutor. You don't need a courtroom in your kitchen, your living room, or your bedroom. If he is still coming home, you have the keys to his heart. But you're trying to use a hammer. So put the hammer down and pick up the honey and make this the law of your home. Here is something my grandmother told me, and I find it to be useful still today. She said, Donna, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Vinegar is sharp. It's bitter. It makes people shrink away. Nagging is vinegar. Sarcasm is vinegar. Now, look at the men in my comments. Why are they here? They are here because they see me serving Jake with love. They see a woman who knows how to talk to her man. Men are starving for validation. They're out there fighting bosses, fighting the streets, fighting the economy. So when they hit the door, they need honey. And if you give him honey, he's going to want to stay. But if you give him vinegar, he's going to look for snacks somewhere else just to get the taste of that vinegar out of his mouth. Be the reason he hurries home. Make your house so sweet that the rest of the world tastes like medicine to him. That's your power. Ladies, that's the meat. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to change overnight, because I know in my marriage, I had been giving vinegar for years. So all that vinegar I gave, I had to give him honey, but it took years to turn that around. Not as many years as it took for me to pour in that vinegar, but it did take a year or two to turn that around, because I had to give him honey consistently. I had to consistently undo all the damage that I did in our marriage by being the vinegar. So if you want your marriage to work, continue to come back to my channel, and I will continue to pour into you the things that I learned over the years. But I need you to realize that you can't just do this when you want something. You have to make up your mind to be consistent in doing it. Even when it looks like it's not working, you have to be consistent with it. That means know where you been, know who's on the phone, know why you going there, none of that. So, for example, you can't call me Donna on Monday, and then on Tuesday, you want to be the warden. I've been married to him 34 years, but I've been the same woman for 25 years consistently. And it has worked for my good and my advantage. And whatever it is I am doing, I am consistent with the respect that I owe him. And the reason I say I owe him, because he's your husband. You owe him respect, just like he owes you respect. But we're talking about you, not him. So that means I respect him in my attitude. I respect him in the way that I dress. I respect him in how I carry myself. And most of all, I respect him in the way that I talk to him and the way that I just simply prepare his food. And if there's another woman in his life, remember, she's the fantasy. You're the wife. He's still coming home to you. So that means you have the power. Take your power back, baby. And I'm saying this to you if you have decided to stay in the marriage. And the reason I'm saying this to you is because if your reality is nothing but arguments and complaints, you're handing your man over. And that is not going to help you keep him if that's what you're wanting to do. So you're going to have to do a game changer. Regroup, refocus, and get the honey and be consistent with it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the button and subscribe.